KHTS.
Welcome back to KHTS News. I am currently here with Bob Jenson, who is a governing board member with the William S. Hart Union High School District, and we are back running through with a lot of our candidates from local school boards and the SCV Water District. How are you doing today, Bob?
I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for coming in. It's good to see you as always. So give me a little bit of a highlight of yourself just so that the voters know who you are.
Absolutely. Happy to do so. I've lived here in the community for over 30 years. I'm a small business owner and a practicing certified public accountant. I've been practicing as a CPA and been a business owner for over 30 years. I'm a parent, have 2 children, both who attended and graduated from Hart District schools. 12-year AYSO youth soccer coach, longtime mentor of young men in the community from the junior highs and the high schools, advocate for athletics, for parental involvement, for students having opportunities to succeed, for teachers being valued. I love our community. I love serving on the school board, and I'm excited for the opportunity to serve another 4 years.
Yeah, as a graduate of the Hart District myself, thank you very much. So we have a series of questions here that I'm going to ask you. I understand you did have a comment that you want to share. Did you want to share that before our questions or at the end of our interview?
Well, I can share it at the end.
Okay, sounds good to me. So we have our series of 4 questions. I have a timer here. You'll have 2 minutes to answer each question. You'll hear a little ding go off, and I'll just have it set out so that we can see it clearly. Any questions?
No questions.
Excellent. Let's jump right on into it. First question, what makes you think you are best qualified for the job on the Hart District Board?
I have proven leadership and life experiences. That's very important for the Hart School Board. I'm the best candidate. I'm a parent. I have children. My children have attended and graduated from the Hart School District. I've been a soccer coach, a youth soccer coach for 12 years. I've mentored many young men from our junior highs and high schools over the last several years. My experiences are needed. As we return to normalcy and stability, we need proven leadership. We need a board member with life experiences. I bring that to the table. I've been serving for the last 13 years as a board member for the Hart School District. The budget for the Hart School District is $500 million, $500 million. My 30-year experience as a practicing certified public accountant has come in extremely handy for the last 13 years in dealing with a $500 million budget. That's about a $320 million general fund, and we have 8 or 9 other funds that comprise about $180 million. That's taxpayer dollars that need to be watched and guarded closely. But it's more than just the finances. It's valuing all teachers. It's supporting all students. It's being there for everyone and utilizing my experience, my leadership to bring us out of COVID, to return to normalcy and stability, because I'm not doing this as a springboard for higher office. I'm not doing this to pad my resume. I'm doing it to serve the community. You want to have a healthy community? You want to have quality of life? You want to have a great place to live? You have outstanding public education. With me is continuing on as a board member, we will have that outstanding public education.
Question number 2, what are the Hart District's 3 most pressing issues?
The Hart District is an outstanding district. We have won awards and accolades for many years as being truly, I believe, the most outstanding high school district in the state of California. And that's very impressive for our community, for our students, for our teachers, for families, for everyone. But we need to prioritize school safety, and we have done that. We have commissioned a study by one of our consultants to help us implement the state-of-the-art in school safety on a daily basis, and we strive every day to implement more and more of what the state-of-the-art is in school safety. We're always looking for the latest in protocols, procedures, and practices. School safety is a big issue. Parental involvement is a big issue. Public education is very successful when parents are involved and engaged. We need that engagement. And during COVID, parents kind of got swept aside. And I will not let that happen. I will not let parents be swept aside because we need strong public education. We need parents involved. We need to watch the budget. Staff shortages are a big issue. You're probably aware that nationwide there's a labor shortage. We need to always be hiring the best and the greatest teachers we can possibly find. And that goes for all of our staff, instructional aides. We need more instructional aides, and we're searching and looking and doing the best that we can to increase compensation and to bring great people in to our school district to serve our students.
Question number 3. So this is pretty relevant to recent news. It actually made national headlines here in Santa Clarita several weeks ago. The Blue Lives Matter flag, also known as the Thin Blue Line flag, was flown at Saugus High School football games by their players. For those of you who don't know, that flag is meant to honor law enforcement and is especially relevant to the students because of the Saugus shooting that happened at Saugus High School on November 14th in 2019. Students are now not allowed to fly that flag on the field at the start of their games. What is your take on that whole situation as a member of the current board?
Well, let me just mention a couple things. First of all, I'm very grateful for law enforcement. And we have outstanding law enforcement here in Santa Clarita. You might know that in our schools, we have what we call school resource officers. They're sheriff's deputies. And they do an amazing job in our schools. They are mentors and role models to students. They're great individuals. They're both men and women. The county has been striving to defund the school resource officers. I'm totally against that. In our district, it's been a fantastic thing to have these officers, these deputies on campuses as SRO, school resource officers. We need them there. I'm fighting against the county's effort to defund these officers. I'm fighting hard because it would be much to the detriment of our district if they were not there. Law enforcement plays a huge role in our community and in our schools, and I'm very grateful for what they do. We live in a society that's governed by the rule of law, and if you don't have a society that lives by the rule of law, you don't have a civil society. And to have a society that lives by the rule of law, you need law enforcement. And we have outstanding and wonderful law enforcement here in Santa Clarita. I'm so grateful for them, not only in our schools as school resource officers, but just throughout the community. Parents, students, community members have been flying the Blue Line flag in the stands, in the parking lots. They've been wearing clothing and other things that relate to that flag, and I'm proud that they do that. I'm proud that they share their thoughts and feelings and support the Blue Line flag in the stands and in the parking lots.
Perfect. Good job. Got that one down to the wire. Final question for you. If we have another rise in cases due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has now partially become endemic to a certain point, would you be in favor of shutting down our schools again for in-person learning?
I think it's important to understand, first of all, that we didn't shut the schools down. The district did not shut the schools down. It was the county
and the state level.
And the state. And then it became just the county when the state opened things back up, but the county decided to be more restrictive. It wasn't the school district, it was not me, it was the county, and it was the state. So I think it's important to understand that students suffered when they were not able to attend class on campus in person. It was hard on parents, it was hard on teachers, it was hard on everyone. I think that as we return to normalcy and stability, it's become evident that students need to be on campus. They need to be in the classroom. They need to be able to participate in their extracurricular activities and functions and events. It's so beneficial for their mental and emotional health to be with teachers, with coaches, with club leaders, to have their parents be able to attend those activities, to have their parents be involved in what they're doing on a daily basis in their school lives, that I would do everything I can to not shut the schools down. In fact, our board wrote letters to the state and the county in November of 2021 and March of 2022. I authored the letter in March of 2022, pleading, asking with our officials to let us reopen, to give us local control and flexibility, because we're in North LA County. We're different from much of LA County. And I felt, and the rest of the board members felt, we should have that opportunity to be flexible, to have local control, to reopen the schools. And so I'm in favor of doing everything I can to not shut them down so that kids can have the opportunities they need.
Thank you very much for answering our questions. You mentioned that you had a comment that you wish to share in lieu of offering a question to your opponent.
Sure. My opponent is not here today, and what I wanted to share with everyone is that I'm the most qualified candidate for the Hart Board and Trustee Area Number 2. As I mentioned earlier, I've been a business owner for 30 years. I've been a practicing certified public accountant for 30 years. I've been an AYSO soccer coach for 12 years. I've mentored many young men in the community in our junior highs and high schools. I have proven leadership and life experiences that are needed for another 4 years by the Hart Board, the Hart School District, to return us to normalcy and stability. Proven leadership and life experiences are very important. I'm a parent. It's very important that a Hart Board member be a parent, have skin in the game, have children who currently attend or have attended and graduated from Hart District schools. That is so important. I can't emphasize that enough. I feel very strongly about that. And for the Hart District to succeed and move forward, I'm needed on the board because of all I've said that explains my proven leadership and my life experiences. I'm not bucking for higher office. I'm not looking to run for state assembly or state senate. I'm not looking to pad my resume. I've been doing this for 13 years because I'm dedicated to the community and committed to the community. Public education needs to be strong. We don't have good public education. We don't have quality of life. We don't have economic health. So let's make it positive. Let's have good public education so we have very strong economic health in the community, so that we have high quality of life, so that parents are involved, so that families can thrive here in Santa Clarita. I want families to thrive, to have opportunities. I want all students to be successful. I want all teachers to be valued. I want all of our staff to feel like they have a great place to work. And I can make that happen because I have before. I've got a proven track record for 13 years. And it's highly important that I serve another 4 years to keep that going. And those are the thoughts I'd like to conclude with. And thank you for having me here, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much for coming in.
You're welcome. Please vote for me on November 8th or before then. Bob Jenson, Hart School Board.
Well, there you heard it. That is Bob Jenson with the William S. Hart Union High School District. You've been hearing myself, Jade Aubuchon, with the KHTS News Team. We're doing a series of interviews with SCV Water and various school board candidates. Thank you very much for joining us once again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. To hear more of this, you can tune on in to KHTS FM 98.1 AM 1220 or learn more at hometownstation.com.